Hello and welcome to this new lesson in which we will talk about AutoRouting. So, in order to auto-route this design, you can simply, let's place it here in the middle. Okay, you can simply go to route, then choose AutoRouting. As you can see, you can choose what you want to auto-route, but we want all. And here, as you can see, we have few errors that we need to solve for AutoRouting. It's saying that RA2 and C8 and C7 appears to be unroutable because some items might block their way. So let's go on to this design area. Let's see the errors again so that we can solve them. Route, AutoRoute all. So we have these errors, RA2, C8, C7. So let's start by going to RA2. This is RA1. Okay, let's take a quick look to see where is RA2. Let's hide the top layer. Now we have these items. Okay, this is the FTDI. This is the first resistor array. Okay, this is not what we want. Let's take a quick look to see where is the RA2. So let's move this out of the way. This is a capacitor. Okay. What is this? This is the switch. It won't be a problem for us. So let's move these items. This is the RA1. Okay, RA2 is below RA1. Now we need to return all of these to their original location. Let's rotate it and try to place it somewhere else. Let's say here. Let's return this item here. Okay, we have error. We need to change this item location. Again, we have error. There is no much space, as you can see, because okay. As long as you see green lines, this means that this is okay. Let me move this. Then let's search for another location for RA2. And now let's move this here. Now if we want here, you can see that we have another error here at this area. Okay. Now let's go back here and move these items a little bit here. Let's move these. Now this is the last item. Let's move it here. Let's take this. Okay, now we only have few items that need to be placed correctly. Now the error that we have is here. Now this IC is making all of these errors. Let's move this capacitor. Let's move this IC here. Object S after being destroyed, exception has run. Okay. Now let's add this item here. Let's compile our PCB project. We don't have any errors. Update schematic. Close. Okay. Now let's rotate this and add it here. We have very little space, so we have to work with what we have. Now click root to see if there is other errors. Hint, errors and warning, 0 errors and 0 warning. There is one hint, but we will go with this. Now what we need to do is simply clicking root all to see what will happen here. It will take a minute or two depending on your computer specifications to create the auto routing between these layers. As you can see, it's auto routing now. It's routing, auto routing in multiple layers, so this should be obvious. As you can see, it's creating pads here to move the lines from one layer to the next. So again, it will take some time. Let me increase the speed of my computer, put in high performance to speed up this process. Okay, let's go back to see what happens. As you can see, it's routing all of these items. There is multiple lines, each with a distinct color. As you can see here, you can see how my number of connections it's making. It's saying here that 63 of 93 connection routed, 67% completion rate in 1 minute and 51 seconds. So it's proceeding. As I mentioned, it's a smart software, so it will find its way, but at the end you might have some errors that you need to manually route or manually correct after the auto routing. So you need to clear all the errors, which we will explain in a separated lesson, but for now we'll just examine the AutoRouting of this software and wait until it's finished. It's trying different methods and different routing lines, different paths to get the best routing for you. So don't worry, just click the AutoRoute tool and let it start routing until it's finished. It might take up to 5 minutes, so I'll have to pause this video and get back to you so that I won't waste more of your time. Okay, now the AutoRouting has finished, but as you can see here, it's failed to complete 25 connections. Next lesson we'll talk about how you can improve the AutoRouting to make all of these connections, even the 25 that it couldn't autoroute because it was blocked or because the line for AutoRouting was thick, so it couldn't pass between these components. That will be in a separated lesson, but that's it for AutoRouting. This is how you can initiate the AutoRouting process. We'll talk in a separate lesson about how to improve the AutoRouting and how to get the most out of it, and how to solve the errors that result from AutoRouting. But that's it. Thanks for watching. If you have any question about AutoRouting, please ask in the Q&A board.